Hi, this is Adhyayan Suman and you are watching me only on Filmibeat. हर एक्टर का एक सपना रहा है, बकेट लिस्ट में है कि वो संजय सर के साथ काम करे and as you very rightly put across in the opening of your speech कि लोगों को एक रोल जो शायद नहीं मिलता यहाँ पर दो pivotal roles करने का मौका मिला है. So I'm eternally grateful to sir. Mr. Bhansali believes in doing multiple takes, multiple rehearsals and treat a scene 10 different ways. तो वो करने में एक एक्टर को बहुत one take okay. That's the time
one take
when
okay.
Mr. Bhansali cried and hugged me and called my dad. Mera maximum retake was 12. In that scene where Zorawar Richa comes to meet Zorawar. Hoping for it to change quite rapidly. But it actually didn't.
Hi guys, welcome to Filmibeat. This is Murtaza Iqbal और आज मेरे साथ एक ऐसे एक्टर है जिनको मैं कहना चाहूँगा लोग वो ऐसे संजय लीला भंसाली की सीरीज या मूवीज में आने के लिए एक रोल के लिए मरते हैं, इनको डबल रोल मिल गया है और उन्होंने क्या बखूबी निभाया है. Well, I'm talking about none other than अध्याय सुमन.
Thank you, brother.
Who is here with us today? How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me here, bhai.
So मुझे तो लास्ट ईयर ही हिंट मिल गई थी कि आई एम वर्किंग विद वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट फिल्म मेकर्स, बट मैं वो हिंट मैंने पकड़ ली थी. मैं बोला यार कंफर्म मेरे पास भी आया नहीं है, बट आई वांट टू नो अध्याय, हाउ डज इट feel to be a part of such a grand series that is created by Sanjay Leela Bhansali?
यार it feels like a dream. और हर एक्टर का एक सपना रहा है, बकेट लिस्ट में है कि वो संजय सर के साथ काम करे and as you very rightly put across in the opening of your speech कि लोगों को एक रोल जो शायद नहीं मिलता यहाँ पर दो pivotal roles करने का मौका मिला है. So I'm eternally grateful to sir, to Shruti Mahajan, to my parents, of course. It's just to be a part of that world is big enough for me, you know. And कल शो रिलीज होने वाला है.
Yes.
I can't wait for the world to see the show. Yeah.
You know, Adhyayan, of course, I would want to know कि दो different characters थे. And when, to be very honest, when जब जुल्फिकार का flashback आया ना, when I was watching it, so I watched it.
You saw how many?
I watched all.
You watched all?
Yes.
Huh?
I have watched all.
Unreal.
So जब वो जुल्फिकार का कैरेक्टर आया, to be very honest, मैं पहले मुझे ना actually जाके वापस पहले देखा कि that's अध्ययन only because the.
Did you recognize me?
नहीं, वो पहले part में बहुत difficult हो जाता है. So how was that to prepare look wise, body language wise, and everything, two different characters, and you know, because it's not कि simple नहीं था.
Yeah,
ये बहुत different था.
Exactly, it's not normal. Yeah, it's not even the era is different. You know, it's fun, dude. I mean, मतलब it's exciting. You know, Zorawar for me, he's grey. He's kind of obsessed with himself. He's in love with himself, self-obsessed, self-love, debauched, Ayyash. And Zulfikar is absolutely different from that, you know. And but I did have a reference point because Dad was playing Zulfikar.
Yeah.
You know, so I had that reference point to play, and of course, the kind of costumes that we have, and the world that Sir takes you in, it gets a little easier for you as an actor. Language पे उर्दू पे बहुत काम किया
जी.
You know, तो नवाब play कर रहा हूँ, जुल्फिकार हो चाहे जोरावर, you know. But yeah, so the process is, you know, you have to just be on set, and Mr. Bhansali believes in doing multiple takes, multiple rehearsals, and treat a scene 10 different ways. तो वो करने में एक एक्टर को बहुत मजा आता है.
Right. And how did Shekhar sir react जब उन्होंने आपको अपना younger version play करते हुए देखा?
No, he was happy. I came back home one day and I told him, I said, do you know that they've also told me to play your younger version in the show? And he was like, that is so cool, you know. And of course, being a father, he was happy कि मुझे एक रोल मिला था, दूसरा रोल भी मिल गया शो में. He was the happiest. Or you know, a lot of miracles for me, I feel like, in where I was in my life professionally, I think has happened to me in this show.
Right. You know, of course, as I said that मेरे सब episodes देख लिए, but I won't want to give spoilers to the audience.
But what did you like the most about the show? What did you like? Tell me that.
I think to be very honest, I feel that somewhere on the other hand, जो OTT पे एक बहुत ही stuck हो गया था ना कि अब सिर्फ gang wars ला रहे थे या फिर you know, family dramas kind of zone में चले गए थे.
So it breaks that.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir is actually kind of reinventing here. I think I would say with Heeramandi. That's what I love about the show. So of course, coming back to the question that I was saying, I'm sorry, I actually forgot the question because आपने मुझे पूछ ली.
Sorry, I asked you a question. It's not my right to ask you a question.
No, of course, why not? We are just having a nice conversation here. Yeah, so I was actually asking about, I was saying कि मैं ज़्यादा spoilers नहीं दूँगा, but of course, there's a very major scene with Tanisha ma'am. Okay. See, she is someone I think all the 90s kids we all have grown up watching her.
All of us.
तो वो difficult scene है when you will watch anyone, when you guys will watch it, you will come to know कि वो difficult scene है for anyone to stand in front of her and do that scene. कितना difficult आपके लिए था and कैसे किया आपने वो? Like कितने retakes हुए थे सबसे पहले तो?
One take.
It's a one take shot?
One take that is like probably like a 10-minute scene,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah,
One
yeah.
take, okay. That's the
It's a one
time
take,
when
okay.
Mr. Bansali cried and hugged me and called my dad and spoke to him.
Oh,
And it
wow.
was, it's a very difficult scene to
Yes,
do
it
because,
is.
you know, it's the graph of Zorawar from there, you know, and how he has, I don't want to give any spoilers here.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's surreal moment for me because
Yeah.
I felt like, what is happening? Usually you have to give about 60 retakes
Yeah,
when
I
you're
know.
working with Sir in a scene this difficult. I don't know. And I don't know. Life has just been too kind to me, I feel. You know, and it's one of the most important scenes of the show.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
it
Yeah.
actually opens up with a certain whatever, and then this is
All
where
of the
it's
threads are open during
threads,
that
the
scene.
threads that it
Yes.
opens with, right? And he's a very important thread to the story, Zorawar. It was very, very interesting, yeah. Very intriguing and very exciting. I can't wait for the world to see that scene because वो scene sir हमेशा सबको दिखाते हैं, and he talks about the scene a lot and to all the other actors he's been working with,
Yes.
you know, and stuff. So I'm really excited.
Right. You know, of course, was there any kind of कि कहीं आपने बोला कि सर मुझे आपकी फिल्म में कहीं एक डांस थोड़ा और करवा दो, कुछ तो करवाओ मुझे डांस करना है, because संजय लीला
मैंने
बंसाली.
बोला मुझे सोफा बना दो, लैम्पशेड बना दो, गधा बना दो, जो बनाना बना दो, लेकिन बना दो कुछ शो में. You know, it's never enough.
Right.
When you
True.
work with a filmmaker like him, you're always craving to work more, you know, and hopefully get to work with him again, you know, because Sir usually repeats his actors, and I've been a good student to him.
Yes.
So I'm just hoping that I get to work with him.
But I would like to know, you said you're a good student, but I would like to know maximum retakes कितने हुए, because I think Richa told me she had around 99.
That was I think the first second day I was shooting with her.
Yeah, and she told me that, and
Unbelievable.
she was like कि I had this thing कि 99
करना ही
के
है.
और करवाओ,
हाँ,
मैं
हाँ.
करके रहूंगी.
She's outstanding in the
Yeah.
show. She's outstanding
She's
in the
very
show.
good,
She's
yeah.
too good in the show. And मेरा maximum retake was 12.
12.
In that scene where Zorawar, Richa comes to meet
Yeah.
Zorawar, you know, and there's a scene where I have there where they ask her to leave, and he turns and he walks.
Walk,
And
yeah.
at every window, she's trying to, you
Knock.
know, knock and call him.
Yeah.
That was a very difficult shot because everything had to be choreographed the right way. My walking speed had to match Richa's walking speed from the outside because she had to knock at the right point, and I had to reach my girl who I'm getting married to the right point. So it's very exciting, but freaking nerve-wracking, dude. 12 retakes. I used to get like, अरे बाप रे 12 retake हो गया. I get a little edgy that way.
Yeah, but you know, we have heard about people talking about Sanjay sir being very strict master, कभी चिल्ला भी लेते हैं actors पे. ऐसा कभी आपके साथ कुछ हुआ? नहीं.
मेरे साथ आज तक नहीं हुआ. I think I was probably the most loved actor on set, and touchwood to that, man. God damn it, touchwood to that. उन्होंने मुझ पे आज तक कभी नहीं चिल्लाया, and he's only and only giving me massive amount of love and respect, and it's unbelievable for people to accept that. But I said there's nothing like that because look, it's not like Mr. Bansali is a Hitler.
Yeah, of course.
Mr. Bansali is a stickler because he loves what he creates.
Correct.
And he probably sometimes loses a little bit of his temper because he believes that you have more to give.
Correct.
It's not him. He knows you can do better. So he's only doing it so that you give your best. And when the moment people understand that, then you surrender to him. You don't you know think कि भाई वो मुझको चिल्ला देंगे या कुछ बोल देंगे या lose their temper. It's not for that. You have to understand it's because of the you know art that he wants to create. There's certain scenes that even you can't imagine कि ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं scene को. He wants to keep bettering it again and again and again, and that's how we make up. See, that's how legends are made, dude.
True.
You're not making something ordinary. You're not talking about an ordinary man. You're talking about a maestro. You're talking about somebody who is so obsessed with his art, who loves his actors like children. No complaints, dude.
You know, of course, I would like to know. Then I remember when I had spoken to you during Ashram, you had told me that this is a kind of an Adhyayan 2.0 that is coming out. How do you think after Ashram also, how the whole career graph of yours has changed till now?
I was actually hoping for it to change quite rapidly, but it actually didn't. I felt like even though Tinka was a relatively smaller character in the show, but it had become very popular.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that people start, you know, give me the kind of work. काम आया था, काफी फिल्में आई थी. But again, I signed those films and the pandemic hit and they shut again, unfortunately, with my kismat. And then again, things were a little slow. Till, of course, Heeramandi happened, you know. And during that journey, then I signed another film that I'm shooting for now. This is my solo film in the theaters after like 10 years.
Wow.
an untitled love story that I'm doing. Then I've just finished a film, which is thriller film with Vijay Raj. Then I'm producing a film. I'm directing my
Oh,
first
you're
film.
producing
Yeah,
and
for film
directing,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing what I can in my own way, you know,
Right.
and things are looking bright now. I feel finally, I feel because the reach of a show like this is so humongous.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I probably will get my due now. It's going to be in every country in the world.
Yes, yes, yes.
You get what I'm saying?
It's gonna be quite huge.
It's going to be
Yes.
humongous. So I'm just hoping that the acceptance is in a bigger way this time.
Right. You know, then of course, with a lot of time it happens that when you portray some gray character, you know, you do get kind of, you know, what do you say, stereotyped or something like that.
Yeah.
But here, of course, I won't say after watching this series, I cannot see that anywhere. Like, you know, it's a very different one because you
Yeah.
also have a positive side. I mean,
Of
there's a
course.
vulnerable thing that comes out.
Yeah,
and
it
things.
does. Yeah.
It has those things also. But, you know, sometimes filmmakers do stereotype you. Do you have that thing in mind? कि, okay, now I've done something like this. मुझे next अगर जल्दी कुछ आया तो मैं एक period drama नहीं करना चाहूँगा.
No, I love period dramas here.
You love it?
And within period dramas, that's the word you're talking about. But within
Yeah.
the period drama, there are a lot of different stories that I would
Yes.
want to tell. You know, so I would never want to say no. Like but with something like a Zorawar came to me and that was not being directed by Mr. Bhansali and somebody
Yeah.
who's a novice, I probably wouldn't want to be a part of that.
Correct.
You know, but if you're making a period drama and you have something very exciting to tell as a story, आँख बंद करके.
Correct. But I want to know, I'm more excited about the movie that you're producing and directing
I'm
it.
producing,
Yes. Tell me something about
directing
it
a
more.
film. It's a coming of age film
Yeah.
about two people who meet on a flight.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a very interesting film about two strangers who are emotionally wounded. It's a very Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara song.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's a very, very different film and just about two characters.
Right.
You know, conversational film. And I'm hoping to take that on the floor by the end of the year. Because I have so much of this happening now, and
Yes.
there's a big biopic that should be announced soon that I will be
Oh,
producing and
wow.
hopefully directing a few episodes of it.
Okay.
So I'm in conversation for that. I mean, it's been signed, but we उसकी announcement कब होगी कैसे होगा उसका इंतजार है.